Hello and welcome to my Plant-Based Be With You YouTube channel. My name's Ian and I'm here today to demonstrate a recipe for you which is mushroom and aubergine flatbread. So the ingredients today, we're going to use a medium-sized aubergine or eggplant. We're going to use around 300 grams of chestnut mushrooms. Both of those very high in potassium, vitamin C and also vitamin B6. To accompany them we're going to have 2 red onions, 3 cloves of garlic, a handful of fresh herbs. We're going to use today parsley, thyme and rosemary. And for the liquid side we have got coconut aminos or soy sauce and also some miso paste. And for the flatbread we're going to keep it quite simple. So there's 3 ingredients. We've got 360 grams of all-purpose white flour. We've got 3 teaspoons of baking powder and 250 milliliters of plant-based milk. I'm going to be using unsweetened almond milk. So let's get cooking. So I already have the flour weighed out. As I say, it's 360 grams of all-purpose white flour. Stuff I'm using is actually gluten-free, so it's a slightly different texture. To that, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Once you have your baking powder in there, just give it a stir to mix it all in and make a nice well in the middle of the bowl. And we're going to add in now the 250 milliliters. I'm using unsweetened almond milk. Once that is in, start stirring it to mix it together, and what you're doing is you should be forming a nice dough. Just keep stirring until it all forms one ball. If you find it's a little bit too wet, just add some more flour. If it's getting quite crumbly and dry, just add a little bit more almond milk or whatever milk it is you're using until it forms a nice dough. And if you need to, just get your hands in there. And there we go. Okay. So once you've formed it into a dough, cover it in a tea towel and just leave for around 10 minutes. So it'll be enough time to prep everything else, then we can come back to the flatbread. Okay, so we have our diced red onion, we have our garlic prepared ready for crushing, we have our diced aubergine, our sliced mushrooms, and we've got our roughly chopped herbs. So now to start cooking. So first thing we're going to do is going to heat the pan up. And we'll put in a tablespoon of olive oil. Just wait for that to warm up. Okay, when it's warmed up, add in the red onions first. You're going to be cooking the onions for about 2 to 3 minutes, just on their own. Once the onions start to go slightly translucent, not burnt though, they're just changing colour slightly, we want to be adding in the aubergine. Give that a good mix around. And also add in all the mushrooms. And then just stir it around to mix it properly. Then on top of this, add in your crushed garlic. I'll do to leave this now for maybe another 3 or 4 minutes just to start cooking. Drop it down to a medium heat. Now we're adding the liquids. 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos or soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of miso paste. That's 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos or soy sauce. And mix that all together. Now add your tablespoon of paprika and your herbs. Stir thoroughly together. There we go. Now we're going to lower the heat to a simmer. I'm going to leave that to cook for around 10 minutes. Always come and check it just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom and keep it stirring. Okay, so while your mushrooms and aubergines are cooking away in the frying pan, now to make the flatbread. So this has been standing for a while, at least 10 minutes, longer's fine. And you've got enough dough here probably to make about 5 or 6 flatbreads. So I'm just going to break off a piece. To one side, see it's a ball in your hand size. Put some flour down on the table. Going to push it into the flour and then slowly going to work it out just with your hands. You get a rough shape for it. Once you've got it to a size that you want and the thickness, you're looking a couple of millimeters thick. What I do now, just add a little bit of salt on top and get some oil and a brush and just brush the top lightly with some oil. Okay, we're ready to cook this one. So to cook your flatbread, you could use a wide based frying pan, a griddle if you have it. I have this hot plate, so I'm going to use that. Just lift your flatbread over. Onto the griddle. And be cooking it probably 3 or 4 minutes on each side. While it's cooking one side, just give the other side a coat of oil so it doesn't stick. Okay, so once it starts to bubble at the top, just have a quick look, see if you've got chard on the other side. If it is, you're ready to turn. See slight charring on the side. Okay, after a few minutes on that side, just give it a turn. See how we're doing. Once you're happy that it's cooked through, as I say, it's 3 or 4 minutes on each side. And then get yourself a plate. Let's put your flatbread on the plate ready. Okay, so after around 10 minutes of it simmering away, you should be able to see that all the liquid has been soaked up by the mushrooms and the aubergine. Got nice flavour coming off of it. What I do now is add some salt and pepper to taste. Okay, now you're ready to serve. Okay, you've got your flatbread on the plate. We just spoon in your mushrooms and aubergines into the middle. Get some coriander. Sprinkle a few leaves roughly on top. And there you go. So thank you for watching the first video demonstration. As I say, I think we've successfully made there a flatbread with mushroom and aubergines on top. I look forward to tucking into that shortly. Please go to my Instagram page and Facebook. May plant-based be with you. I'll have another video up for you soon. Thanks very much. Eat well and prosper. Thank you.